You and me, we ain't nothing alike. Let's set the record straight. Those words you say, they hold no weight, they like. Let's set the record straight. You'll never break the man before you're out.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another custom die-cast review. Today, this is the first custom, well, one of the first I've made for 2022 for the Next Gen Cup Series cars. Now, yesterday we took a pretty long look at the Harrison Burton 2022 Motorcraft paint scheme. Of course, being this one here, there's a few changes. In terms of decaling, there is Dex imaging on the side instead of just Motorcraft, or was it Motorcraft? Yeah, on the side. So, you know, that was changed, of course, to fit this custom for the Daytona 500. And, of course, we have some detail on the box as well. Now, this is the original Harrison Burton car here. Of course, there's a normal box versus the custom box there. And then you got some, you know, the Dex imaging versus just a Motorcraft on the side. And if you're curious, yes, this will be thrown up on eBay. This will technically be thrown up tomorrow, because I'm throwing it up later tonight. But this review will be, of course, thrown out the day after I record it. So technically tomorrow is yesterday, but it'll be uploaded tomorrow. But the thing will be posted today, making it yesterday. It's kind of hard to follow. But basically, it's already going to be up on a bid for whenever, you know, this video goes live. So we'll see how that goes. So let's take a look at the box. Of course, you know, the differences. The only thing I added was the race version logo, the bottom Bag Diecast logo, and of course you got the Daytona 500 logo on the top, of course, the 2022 edition. And I mean that's it. There's nothing really else that's special to it, nothing unique. Those are the only things I added, was those three things to this box. But in terms of the diecast, well, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Here's the diecast out of the box, and then, you know, everything else that comes with it. So yeah, a lot of dirt and, you know, scratches, scrapes, all that stuff. Now, the one thing I didn't really do was right here on the back. This was technically separated, but I figured it would be kind of hard to do that on the rear windshield here. So I didn't really attempt it in order to, you know, break it. I didn't want to actually, like, do something that was not meant to be done. Even though it was still a custom diecast, you know, there can be a few things that may look okay just because it's custom, but I didn't really want to take it too far because I'm still learning with these next gens, which I don't really think it would have been a problem. But just to be on the safe side, I didn't really take too much, you know, skill, I guess you could say, and try to throw it on this thing. So, yeah, I tried to go a little easy at the same time, but, you know, make it as realistic as I could with it being a 1/64 scale, you know, piece of metal. So let's go ahead and take a look at this custom diecast right here. Motorcraft right there on the front, of course, just like the review we did yesterday. Got some raceway there, a little bit of scraping there. We'll take a closer look on that here in a little bit. We did fix the banner. It's not perfect, but it is there. Let's see, you got a little bit of interior detail, and I believe, look, there's a new detail on the interior. You can see that red kind of down there. It's down at the bottom. I don't know if that's like a fire extinguishing thing. I'm not really too sure what it is, but I painted it red because, you know, why not? Of course, you got the blue, red, and silver there on the dashboard. Over here on the roof, you got a little bit of scrapes, of course, where he was upside down for a short amount of time. Got the 21 right there with a Motorcraft behind that. Of course, you got Burton on the rear name banner. FordParts.com. Now, if you remember on the other diecast we did, or the review, you remember how the Ford parts was? It looked super terrible. Well, this is how it's supposed to look, and of course, I'll kind of mess that up on the other one, so yeah, there's that we gotta have to deal with. So Motorcraft right there on the back. Of course, we've already kind of taken a look at this from the other review. And, you know, there's a little bit of damage. There's some on the back there. Of course, at Daytona, there's going to be a few bumps and scrapes. You can see the valence down there, which, of course, yeah, that's glue. So I might have to paint over that with black just to kind of make it match a little more. But on this side, we've got Quick Lane right there. Tire and Auto Center. Now, you can kind of see where I replaced the Motorcraft with Dex imaging there, but it looks a lot better on the other side. Omnicraft Dex imaging once again. Got this little thing down here. Got some race worn tires. I was not able to get a really good view of the right side, but of course the left side was, you know, pretty blacked out, so I didn't really get a good view on this side. So I kind of guessed about how it looked in terms of like how the race tires were. So we did all that. Lincoln Welders there. Harrison Burton. Of course, you got the B post and the American flag there. Got Dex imaging 21, of course, with that beautiful reflective gold color there. There is no NASCAR race car. They took those off for 2022. I'm not really too sure why, but it still has a little, it still has enough room for it. They just don't have it anymore. NASCAR Cup Series, Goodyear there. Of course, you got the Goodyear tires, which are also a little scraped up, and this looks to be kind of raised. I don't really know if that's the, look at the gapping on that. That just looks super raised, and to be honest, I don't know if that's on me. I don't know if that's a Lionel thing, but, I mean, it just, yeah, that suspension looks pretty high. I mean, on this side, I think it looks not bad, but on this side, the ride height there is just a little too high for these cars. Again, I'm still kind of unsure whether that's me or not, but anyway, onto the front end here. Here's a little bit more detail. You can see all the scratches where he was kind of up on his nose right there. That was where all the scratching came from, and you can see you got some race wear and stuff there. So, pretty good scraped up front end. Of course, over here you have the molded damage too. You can see part of that splitter has been kind of taken a chunk out of. You can see the wheels are completely black and all flat and stuff, so you can see all the scrapes. Of course, it goes up to the side. It goes up over the A post right to the name banner, or the name rail. Of course, it gets up on the roof rail as well. So this is definitely the most damaged side out of all of it. But yeah, it's pretty roughed up. But it's still not bad nonetheless. So you can see on the inside, I did paint the, the roll cage. I couldn't figure out the name, but the roll cage is painted in there. It's a little messy because with the old ones, it was more grooved out. This one is more flat on the side, so it's kind of hard to follow that line. But I did a little better on the Chase Briscoe. You can see you got the steering wheel painted there. Of course, you got a little red thing up top with the centerpiece saying, which way the wheel's straight and all that. Got the gear shifter, which is also painted, and you can see that red thing in there, which is painted as well. You can kind of see a little bit more of the painting for the silver on the roll cage in the rear windows here. You can kind of see it over here with that bar. But yeah, nonetheless, I've done quite the work to this specific side here. Of course, you got Dex Imaging with that little donut mark on the side there. Window net is down. It's not the best window net, but it's there. Quick lane, tire, and auto center there. Lincoln Motors, of course, once again. Now, this side is completely shredded up. You can see, I don't know how exactly, but it just got super, just roughed up from the crash. Got a little bit of fuel spillage there. So, I mean, yeah, we had a pretty gnarly Daytona 500 just simply because of that crash. This is also not the only flip for 2022. Of course, Chris Buescher flipped at Charlotte in the Coke 600. That was a pretty wild crash as well. And yes, I do plan on making that diecast here whenever we get it out, hopefully. I don't know if we will or not, but I would assume so. But nonetheless, I should probably also point out that the Dex Imaging on the side, I did print that decal. I didn't get it from any other decal place. I didn't have anybody print it for me, so that way, in case you're wondering if I use somebody, if I did it myself, that was done by myself. My printer did that. That's why it's not really the best. Same thing with the front banner, but it is what it is. I am absolutely all about accuracy in terms of making customs. I try to get as much detail as possible. Speaking of detail, we haven't looked underneath yet. That's why. I mean, it's just flat. Now, I do need to actually paint this now to kind of make it blend in a little more. But still, I mean, I think it looks pretty darn good. I am kind of happy and proud about with this being the first Gen 7 diecast I have had to make it a custom. And it's got the whole nine. It's got some body modifications, scratches, race wear, donut mark. Let's see, black out the tires. There was something else too, window net, all that good stuff. There was something else. I don't really remember what it was, but I pretty much hit every mark that I wanted to in terms of making a custom. Trying to get some familiar with just how some of this is going to be laid out. Now, once again, like with the Dex Imaging, that is different because it's on the side of the door instead of up along the wheel well back here where the quick lane is, because the number is slid forward. So that's a different decal placement I've had to do. So I have absolutely learned a little bit with this car, and that is always a good thing. And of course, with the Chase Briscoe win, I got to do some of the confetti on that as well, and got to learn a little bit more about those type of cars if I'm trying to do some race wins. So definitely got a decent variety going on in terms of trying to learn a few things here and there. So needless to say, I'm pretty stoked about being able to even make some more of these custom Gen 7 diecasts. But with that being said, I do believe that will be all for this custom diecast review. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.